Alan King, A-L-A-N-K-I-N-G, Director of Public Works and Utilities. Good morning. Just giving you an update on our snow and ice response. We had all 60 trucks and crew members out all through the night putting down salt, sand, like we did before the earlier event. You might have noticed that the results looked better, and a lot of that has to do with the weather. It cooperated with us. Just as the rain comes down and then freezes, that happened again this time, but it's the amount that came down wasn't so hard that it washed the roads and washed the material off. So when it started to freeze, we actually had some material still on the roads, and that really helped us out. We still see some slick areas on our primary routes, and so we continue 24/7. All 60 trucks will be out putting down salt and sand and paying attention to those areas that seem to be a little more slick. We do think that we're at a point now where we can divert half our forces. Instead of having 2 trucks on each route, we'll have 1 truck on each route, and the other truck being diverted over to the secondary routes. Those are the main neighborhood collectors, so they're what we call secondary routes. They're our second priority, and so now we're going to hit those really hard and improve the conditions. School routes are generally on those secondary routes, the roads that go in to access to schools. We anticipate that there will be additional freezing tonight, and that the roads will be wet, and so we're going to continue to be out laying down salt and sand and doing spot applications where necessary, and we'll just keep on this until the warmer weather takes over and the roads will be in good condition.
How's our sand supply holding up?
We have way more than enough. We've probably done a little overboard on salt with a couple of years back. You know, there was a salt supply problem, and so we've added a lot of backup salt, and we have it stored. Fortunately, the shelf life of salt is like a couple of centuries, so it's not something that goes bad. But we have more than enough salt to respond to this event and several others if we should have them.
When you're not pushing snow, you guys can get over these streets a lot faster, can't you?
That's right. That's one reason why, even if you have slush on some of these roads, if it's still travelable and if it looks like it's going in the right direction, we'll go ahead just continuing to lay down salt and sand and let the traffic eventually take care of it, rather than put the blades down. As soon as we do that, then we slow ourselves down considerably.
On the secondary roads, they're really slick. Is it now becoming kind of a public safety issue for you guys now that you've got the primary roads clear to get some of those secondary streets cleared off?
Well, and I'm sorry, to be clear on the definition of what I meant by secondary roads, it's not the neighborhood streets. There are some neighborhoods that have like one road that services the whole neighborhood. That's what we mean by secondary routes. We actually did get on those, but we just need to do more on those. The rest of the neighborhoods, the bulk of the streets that are out there will remain untreated. That's just by the way that we prioritize, the way that we respond. We do about, with the secondary and primary routes together, it's about 1,500 lane miles, and there's over 5,000 lane miles of streets in the city. So you can see the bulk of those are in the neighborhoods. We have no plans to go in on those. One last thing, if there's anybody who's interested in a ride-along, we've got staff prepared and able to accommodate that, so let me know and we'll make sure that we hook you up.
All right, appreciate Alan King with Public Works and Utilities coming and speaking to us and his team and working on keeping our roads clear so people can travel through our city safely. 2 cases we're going to talk about today. Number 1, the bank robbery that occurred yesterday afternoon, and then also yesterday afternoon a flee and elude case with 2 arrests. Prior to getting to the cases, I do want to remind everybody that ERP is still in effect, the Emergency Accident Reporting Plan. So you do happen to be in some type of accident, there's no injury involved, you can move the cars safely, no alcohol is involved, then please move the cars off to the side of the roadway, exchange information, and you can file a report at a police substation. You could file a report at any Quick Shop or any Quick Trip or on the Wichita Police Department mobile app. One of those areas you could report that accident. All right, first case is the bank robbery, case number 18C11462. This occurred in the 2100 block of North Hillside yesterday at approximately 12 o'clock. Wednesday, February 21st, approximately 12 p.m., officers responded to a bank robbery at the Bank of America, again located in the 2100 block of North Hillside. When officers arrived, they made contact with a 53-year-old female employee. The employee reported to the officers that an unknown suspect had entered the bank and handed her a note that was demanding money and indicating that he had a firearm. Money was given to the suspect, and the suspect then fled from the bank. Fortunately, there were no injuries in this case. We are asking if anybody has any information regarding this case to please call Crime Stoppers at 267-2111 or our detectives at 268-4407. Suspect's described as an unknown black male in his 20s, 5'8", slender build. He had a goatee and he's wearing a blue stocking cap and had a gray jacket with red trim. We do have photographs that have been posted on the Wichita Police Department Facebook page, and you are able to go there and see a picture of the suspect in this case. So again, if you have any information on this case, please call us. 267-2111 is Crime Stoppers, and 268-4407 is our detectives.
It seems like there have been a few more of these types of robberies involving notes lately. Is that something that you guys are noticing?
I know there has been some. I don't know if it would be an increase that when we see in the past. I know there's times that we have worked cases involving notes being passed, and this happens to be another one of those cases.
Can you tell us how many bank robberies we've had so far in 2018?
I can definitely get that number. I don't have it currently, but I can, let me make a note to get that number.
And while you're at it, could you also give us the number of arrests that have been made?
Sure. In those cases? Okay. Okay, second case I want to cover today is it was a flee and elude with 2 arrests. Case number 11498. This occurred yesterday afternoon, approximately 2:40. Wednesday, February 21st, approximately 2:40, a 2-officer unit with the Wichita Police Department Broadway Corridor team was on proactive patrol in the area of Clark and Wichita when they attempted to stop a white 1997 Mercury Grand Marquis for a traffic violation. The driver accelerated, refused to stop, and fled from the officers. A very short pursuit ensued when the driver struck a curb in the area of Palisade and Clark, blowing a tire. The driver, a 41-year-old male, fled from the vehicle but was quickly taken into custody by officers. A 41-year-old female was taken into custody without incident. The male was arrested and booked into jail for felony evade and elude, hit and run, felony obstruct, and traffic charges. The female was arrested and booked into jail for possession of methamphetamine, possession of marijuana, and possession of drug paraphernalia. So it's great proactive work by these officers, and great work making this arrest, and great work in keeping Wichita safe. 31, I'm sorry. Yes, 31.
And the woman was how old?
31, the male was 41.
Oh, man was 40.
Yes.
Woman was 31?
Yes.
And the man ran, but the woman didn't?
Correct.
Where did you say they crashed?
They hit a curb in the area of Palisade and Clark and blew a tire.
What was the initial traffic violation?
I don't have the initial traffic violation. But it was a minor traffic violation.
So then he ran. Do you know about how long that foot pursuit lasted?
It wasn't very long. The vehicle pursuit and or foot pursuit was not long at all, no.
So the officer was able to just tackle him, he didn't need to use a taser or anything?
I don't know how they took him into custody, but they were able to take him into custody.
The woman did not run. She was just...
She was taken into custody at the vehicle. Anything else?
Any more updates on Lucas Hernandez?
I don't have any more updates. Again, the investigation's still ongoing. We have not located Lucas. We're still asking for the public's assistance. Again, that number 383-4661. If anybody has any additional information, our investigators are continuing to follow up on leads and continue to investigate the case.
Are there any active areas that are being searched right now that you can let us know about?
I don't know of any active areas at this moment, but through the information we're receiving, they probably will be searching other areas. I don't have those areas right now. Anything else? All right. Appreciate everybody being here. Have a safe Thursday.